The war on drugs has gathered momentum in the last decade. Prominent drug cartels have been busted and powerful drug lords are being put behind bars. But some countries have refused to join the effort. Now I am talking about Pakistan, which has chosen to weaponize the illegal drug trade in the Indian subcontinent. More than 80% of illegal drugs that flow into India come from Pakistan, and the money from this business funds covert operations against India. This next report has all the details.
It is common knowledge that Pakistan pushes drugs across the Indian border, but the full extent of this illegal trade remained unknown until now. More than 80% of illegal drugs entering India come from Pakistan. The figure is based on a survey conducted by a European agency called EU Reporter. It reveals how Pakistan has an absolute monopoly in the subcontinent's narcotics trade. The second biggest supplier, Nepal, is at a distant 5%. While the figure is indeed startling, it shouldn't come as much of a surprise. Pakistan has long used narcotics trade to fund its terror operations. Authorities turn a blind eye to the illegal drug trade. If weapons and ammunition are also part of the consignment, Pakistan's deep state is an active proponent of this trade. The Inter-Services Intelligence is involved in pushing drugs into Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir. On multiple occasions, Indian officials have intercepted these shipments. One of the biggest drug busts was in June 2019, when customs officials intercepted a heroin consignment worth more than $350 million. It was headed for Kashmir. In July this year, the Border Security Force seized drugs worth $40 million near the international border. And it's not just India. Pakistani cartels are supplying to the entire region. In April this year, the Sri Lankan Navy intercepted contrabands worth $65 million. The country's biggest drug bust ever. 9 Pakistani nationals were arrested in the case. By conservative estimates, Pakistan's narcotics industry is worth more than $2 billion. The cartels that constitute this trade are mostly based out of the country's coastal cities. Their maritime shipments are almost never blocked by the Navy or the Coast Guard. It is widely believed that they have entered into strategic agreements with the Pakistani deep state. In 1994, former Pakistani Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif all but confirmed this link. He admitted that the ISI had proposed selling heroin to cover the country's military costs. Pakistan's drug cartels have no qualms about supplying domestically either. Around 8.9 million people in Pakistan are addicted to drugs. The country consumes close to 44 tons of heroin annually, most of which comes from across Afghanistan. Pakistan's narcotics trade is a two-pronged strategy. On the one hand, it attempts to get Indian youngsters hooked on illegal drugs, and on the other, it serves as a money minter for state-sponsored terrorism. Bureau Report, WION. World is One.